Welcome to How to RC. I made up the control rods. As you can see, there's one hooked to an aileron right there, and goes all the way up there. There's the other one over here. I'll show you what's going on with that. In order to get it through my little tube, can't put the adapter on this end yet. So I'm going to slide it. I've set it up so it's real close to the proper length. And then I'll slide this through the tube, and then I'll just put the adapter on the end of the rod with a drop of super glue, and it'll be just fine, and we can give the ailerons a try. They work. Elevator works, and the rudder works. So we're all set. Now we got to do the motor mount, install the motor, and glue the top on, and we'll be ready to fly. Okay, I've got the motor mount out. I need to find the center because I'm going to have to drill a hole in the center for the shaft that comes out the back of the motor. And if you draw a diagonal line between the corners, it'll find you the center. Now we're going to drill a hole in there. Alright, we're all ready to drill a hole. I'm going to drill a fairly big hole at 7/16. And I backed it up with another piece of wood so that when the drill comes out the back of the plywood, it won't splinter and make a mess on the other side of the plywood. Pretty cool, huh? Now I drilled a big hole because on these motors, I heard somebody ask the other day what the wheel collar was for. Well, the wheel collar goes on the back, the shaft, if you're using this type of a mount on the bell, and I call this the bell, of the motor. Now the point is, the guy says, what's it for? Well, you put a propeller on here without this collar on the shaft, and you can pull the bell right off of the motor. So theoretically, the bell and your propeller could fly off. I don't know how often it happens, but so that's what the wheel collar is for. And it's in pretty good size diameter. That's why I drilled such a large hole. Okay, here's my motor mount. I drilled 2 holes in the side here. I'm going to cut a couple of pieces of this carbon fiber rod, put some epoxy on it when I epoxy this together, and push this through the firewall into the foam of the motor nacelle. I put the motor on here and marked the holes for the screws for the motor, and I'm going to drill those now, save me having to do them when the motor is mounted up on the this is mounted up on the plane. Just easier right here in my hand. We'll be using wood screws. So, all right, now I'll mix up some epoxy. Got my motor mount epoxied on, and what I did, I put epoxy on the edges of the plywood and on the face. It is a seaplane. If you don't do the edges and you fly it off water a lot, this plywood may delaminate on you and let you down. So that's why I do the edges. Everything works. Elevators, aileron, rudder, and the motor. So now all we have to do is glue down the top of the fuse. The motor is a Pulso 2212 with a KV of 1950. Nice, powerful little motor. I ran tests on it on a thrust stand. That's a 6.4 prop, and gives excellent thrust numbers. Should handle this plane no problem at all. So I guess I gotta glue the top of the fuse on. Well, I spritzed the inside of the fuselage top with water, got my Gorilla Glue out. I'm running a small bead of Gorilla Glue all the way around the top. Then I'll start clamping it down. Okay, I put the top of the hatch down, the top of the fuse down. Gonna weight on this up here. Need to support that before we do that. I'll throw a clamp on it temporarily. For some reason, my fuselage seems to be wider than it's supposed to right here. So I'm going to take this clamp and bring it right in so it's the perfect size to fit the top. Another weight on it there. Another clamp here and there. In about an hour, we'll see how this came out. We can sand the sides. Glue's dry. I'm going to take and cut these little drips that came out of the joint off with my hobby knife here, and then I'll sand this down and round the corner off, and then we got to cut a hatch. What do you think? Shades? Just a cockpit? Yeah, I'm working on it. I'll just cut a hatch out of there. Let's see now. I put that extra bulkhead. What about there someplace? I don't want to cut into this compartment. So I guess I'll hold this down here. Doesn't have to be very big. Probably the biggest battery I'll be putting in there, so. Still get covered up by the canopy. And I'm going to cut it. That's a pretty good bevel. So when we go to tape it back down, it won't fall through. Plenty of room. Well, there, that fits pretty good. I'll get a pilot and put in there, I guess. Well, she's a tanker. 24 ounces with the battery. Boy, when people say they made these with 17 ounces, ready to fly with the battery,